Hello everyone, I am Sajid and welcome back to my channel Sai Decoring. Today's we'll try to test the CPU throttling test on this MI Linux device by adding into the game turbo. Yes friends, this is a suggestion which I got from a few of the subscribers asking me to do the CPU throttling test in this MI Linux device by adding the application into the game turbo. So you can actually add the manually the games or applications into the game turbo to get the better performance out of the phone. So that is what I'm going to do right now, and recently I did plenty of CPU throttling tests comparison with the IQ7 device and all of the other smartphones as well, and in this test results I did find out the throttling is slightly decreasing in this phone. So let's see by adding into the game turbo whether you'll be able to little bit kind of boost the performance or not. That is what this video is about completely. Right now, as you can see friends, game turbo. So the usage of this game turbo is that this will definitely improve the performance level of the game or the applications what you're using. So that is what I'm going to test right now by adding this CPU throttling into the game turbo, as you can see here. Let me try to show you how you can actually do that as well. So let me try to go to security and the game turbo features, and let me try to reload. And once you get the plus button, try to select the CPU throttling application from the search button, and in this way you'll be able to add the CPU throttling application, as you can see. So right now I did add the CPU throttling application right now. The main reason why I'm doing this kind of testing is because so whatever the game which is added into the game turbo, that particular game will be prioritized a lot without compromising the performance. So that is what my main motive of doing this kind of test. And right now you can see friends, I did clear all the background applications at this point. So there is no background application is running. Let me try to go to the settings and show you exactly what kind of refresh rate I'm trying to use. I'm using 60 Hz, as you can clearly see. And let me try to show you the brightness as well. I'm trying to decrease the brightness to 70%, not 100, not 50, just 70. So this is a 50% brightness, 60, and I think slightly 70%, and disabling the Wi-Fi connection. Now let me try to open the CPU throttling. As you can see, the game turbo got activated. So that means the CPU throttling application will be getting really high priority in terms of the performance wise. So that is what I'm trying to expect. So same settings I'm trying to use what I used before. I'll try to compare the screenshot before and after so we can able to discuss what is happening in this particular mobile phone. So right now let me try to click start, and let's see what will be the temperature at this moment of making the video. So right now the temperature is of 37 degrees and 38 degrees I'm getting, as you can see friends, 37, 38, that's it, not much. So right now at this point the CPU a little bit got throttled in the beginning, but later on it was consistently maintaining close to 100% only. So we'll get to know this kind of results after some time, maybe after 2 minutes and 3 minutes. So usually in the beginning the performance will be consistently maintained, but later on it will try to decrease gradually. So right now you can see the decreasing little bit of the performance, but still it was pretty kind of close to 90 at this point. For the first 1 minute, as you can see, it's kind of getting close to 1 minute as well. So let's see friends, if you're using this kind of game turbo in the CPU throttling and if it is working fine, then you should not be worried about the performance in this phone, absolutely friends, because your phone will be able to perform really good while gaming, because most of the games anyway they'll be added into the game turbo automatically, so which will be definitely prioritizing the performance and all the details. So that is a test that is the reason why I added the game turbo in this CPU throttling test application. Right now it's pretty close to 100% at this point, as you can see, after the 1 minute of testing and 1 minute 20 seconds of testing, 23 seconds, 24 seconds, 25, as you can see friends, 26. So maybe if you add the CPU throttling to the game turbo, you might be able to experience this kind of performance level, but sometimes it's increasing and decreasing. So you can see sometimes suddenly, and temperature increases to 39. So I'm not surprised with the temperature, because to maintain the high performance similarly like this, the temperature obviously will be impacted a little bit in terms of maintaining the temperatures, but it's kind of close to 100% little bit, as you can see friends. So when I compare with the previous results, these are really very good improvement. So before I used to immediately see after 2 minutes the performance will immediately drop, but not happening right now. Maybe the game turbo might be the reason, but make sure to check in your mobile phones. So try in your mobile phones whether it's helping or not when you're trying to do the CPU throttling test. Try to use the same settings what I'm trying to use. So make sure to comment below what percentage you are getting at the end of the testing. So that is what we'll be able to compare right now. So if it is working, I'll try to use the same kind of scenario for the other smartphones as well, like IQ7, in terms of adding the CPU throttling in this ultra game mode as well, which is present here, as you can see, ultra game mode if possible. So let me try to see whether I will be able to add or not CPU throttling. I think yes. So I can actually add the CPU throttling as well, even in the IQ7 as well, as you can see, ultra game mode. I'll try to test both phones as well in case if you are interested for that kind of comparison. I'm ready to do that video as well. And next video is the CPU throttling test while using screen recording on this Mi11X device. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. While using screen recording and CPU throttling test at same time, I'm going to do that test very soon. Right now performance, it's temperature showing about that 64 degrees and 40 degrees it increased for the first 3 minutes of time. 40 degrees, as you can clearly see, friends, 40 degrees. I think overall the CPU throttling, it's not happening much at this point. It's increasing and decreasing, but not like before. So I did plenty of other tests before making this video for the confirmation wise as well. I'll try to show you that screenshot which I have taken before as well, using similar kind of settings and using the game turbo as well. So I'm going to be back after a couple of seconds so that we can discuss the graph properly and the temperature as well, what is happening. As you can see, friends, right now after getting close to 10 minutes of time, the CPU started to decrease a little bit. As you can see, 42.4 degrees, right now it increased 42.4, 42.2. So this for the first 10 minutes. So you can clearly see the CPU started to throttle a little bit downwards at this point after 10 minutes. So that's not too bad, friends. It's really good because when compared with the previous graph, so previous graph, if you remember, so it was completely red and orange and everything yellow. I'm really disappointed, but then I started to read few of the comments saying that, asking me to add the CPU in the game turbo and compare the results. So really, I think the results are really good. So whatever application is added into the game turbo, that will definitely enhance the performance as well, and that will try to keep the performance consistently. So that is what is happening. And one more thing, I did not use any kind of battery saver for this CPU throttling test application as well. I'll try to show you in the app info as well what to do. So there is no restrictions for this kind of application for the CPU throttling. So I give full permission for the performance and full permission for the battery draining as well, everything. So maybe only in that case you might be able to experience this kind of high results in this phone. But those two will definitely result in the high temperatures. But that's okay for some users and not okay for few users. So right now we are getting about 42.4 degrees at this point, and the performance is slightly increasing again. So even I am very curious to see, friends, what will happen with the IQ7. So without using any game booster and any enhancement itself, it was able to perform close to 81%. But if you use any of those game boosters, enhancement, performance applications, so then we'll be able to know how much the IQ7 will be able to compare with the Mi11X device. I'll try to do that kind of testing very soon, as soon as possible. So right now after 12 minutes of continuously doing this throttling test, as you can see, still the performance is kind of close to 90% only at this point. And the temperature, let's see, still it's maintaining 42.4, the highest temperature so far, 42.4 only the highest one. And even the backside as well, 41, 40 only, but not much. So 42.4 is so far the highest recorded temperature right now in this Mi11X device at this point. So let's see, friends, what will happen for the next couple of minutes. I'm just very curious to see what will be the performance. And in case if you like, I'll try to do another video, as I said, using the screen recording and doing the CPU throttling test at same time. So that will be another good test for the gamers most of the time. So who will be doing this kind of testing, I'll try to do that one as well, in case if you are interested. So comment below. So definitely I'll do my best to post the video as soon as possible. So right now, let's see, within next 2 minutes we'll be able to decide what's going to happen with the CPU throttling in this phone. So from now, if it is working, I think now it should be working, friends. So I think it's working, this kind of trick, adding the game turbo into the CPU throttling. So I'll be able to do this kind of same thing even for the other smartphones, and I'll try to come up with another comparison as well. So maybe for the OnePlus 9R and for IQ7 as well, similar kind of testing I'll try to do. So pushing more performance by adding the CPU throttling test into those. so game turbos and game boosters, so which will definitely enhance the performance, and you'll get the complete green maybe even in other smartphones. So let's see what's gonna happen in other phones, but right now till 14 minutes nothing has been changed. So only 90%, it's kind of close to 90% at this point. You can clearly see here. So 14 minutes and 15 seconds, and finally few seconds to go. Once the test has been completed, I'll be able to show you the options, and I'll try to show you what is going on as well. And even there is another screenshot which I have taken using the same settings. I'll try to show you in that screenshot. So right now the performance slightly decreasing. Let's see whether it will remain above 90% or not. So I did use everything same, friends. 60 Hz display refresh rate and 70% brightness, even 50 threads and 15 minutes. Everything is gonna same testing what I'm trying to use in the before videos. Let me try to quickly show you the options, and let's see what settings I'm trying to use first. Yes, option, as you can see, same settings, settings I'm using right now. Nothing has been changed, and you can see the CPU throttle to the 94% of its maximum performance. As you can see, I took the screenshot as well, so which is very good. So what we understood, the conclusion of this video is, so before I used to judge the performance of the phone by looking at the CPU throttling test little bit, but later I understood that while you're playing games, the games will be added into this kind of game turbo mode, so which will prioritize that particular game what you're trying to play and boost the performance very much. So same thing has happened right now. The CPU throttling test application got high level priority at this point and boosted its performance and maintained consistently without downgrading, as you can see. So that is the outcome of this entire video, friends. So whatever the CPU throttling test I did before, I never used the game turbo mode like this. So only after using this game turbo mode, then I'm seeing this kind of positive results. Let me try to show you the screenshot which I had taken today morning after this kind of game turbo, as you can see. So this is a test which I did in the early morning. After reading that comment from one of my subscriber asking me to test, I immediately did the test and I slept again. And when I woke up, and these are the results, friends, as you can see here. So it's completely green. So there's no CPU throttling at all. At the time when I did today morning, I did the same testing, and even now, again for the confirmation before the video recording itself, I did again, as you can see right now. Same results. It's really good, 94% when compared with the previous 68%, 70%. I think maybe the update also, MIUI 12.5 update also might be affecting a little bit in terms of the boosting performance. But these are the quick results, friends, and do let me in the comments below. And next two upcoming videos are CPU throttling test using screen recording and CPU throttling test comparison with the iQOO 7 adding into the game turbos in both phones. That is another video which I'll be trying to do next upcoming video. And temperature also remains really cool, and I mean cool means not more than 42, it's below 43 itself. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video, friends. Until then, bye.